There are few rivers in the world that stir the emotions, such nostalgia and romance as the Seine. But the relationship between Paris and its river is a precarious one. It's a little known fact that each year there's a 1 in 100 chance the left and right banks of this city will flood. And recent studies have found the Paris authorities are dangerously unprepared. This was the Great Paris Flood of 1910. After weeks of heavy snow and rainfall, the city looked more like Venice than Paris. The famous boulevards submerged in water. It took them months to recover. Of course, the city is very different now, and speeding down the Seine, past the cement factories, the warehouses and the office blocks, it's all too apparent what damage a similar flood would cause today.
In 1910, the river was some 8 metres above its normal level, which, judging by the marks on the wall, would put it at roughly the same height as many of the old bridges. But today, 10 times as many people live in the flood zones of this region. Up to 5 million people would be affected directly or indirectly at a cost to the city of some 15 billion euros.
When the crisis comes, and it is a when, not an if, this is the team that will take total control. All the strategic networks, the electricity, drinking water, telecommunications will fall under the command of this office.
The direct effect of the water is along the river. If you take the problem of electricity, half of Paris, the problem are very large.
A shutdown in a city that accounts for 1/3 of the country's economic output. It will severely restrict the ability to pump sewage and water across low-lying areas of the city. This past few months, in a move that reflects the concern and the urgency, utility companies have been testing mobile generators.
It's difficult to prepare for a flood because there are so many uncertainties. We're doing tests at the moment, making plans, but I'll admit it, we're not yet ready.
And this is the man who will tell us when to panic. The Zouave. When the Seine reaches his feet, the river is closed. In 1910, it reached his shoulders. The Great Flood lingers in the collective consciousness, and perhaps more so this year, given the already high levels of the river, with much of the winter weather still to come. Christian Fraser, BBC News, Paris.